Okay, everybody, it is now time for the final resume ranking for 2023 in college football. We had some amazing conference championship games, and not much has changed because only 20 teams played last week in those conference championship games. But here we go. This is what the committee should have done as far as deserving teams who deserved to get in. And we start with number one, Washington. 5 quality wins at Arizona, Oregon, Utah, at Oregon State, and Oregon again in their conference championship game. They are 13-0. Their point per game differential is 14, and they have Texas next. Michigan, number 2, at Penn State is a quality win. Ohio State and Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. They are 13-0, and they have 27 points per game differential. Alabama is next for Michigan. Number 3 should have been Florida State. They have the neutral site win versus LSU. They won at Clemson. They beat Louisville in the ACC championship game. They are 13-0, and they have a point per game differential of 21. Georgia is next for them. And number 4, Texas won at Alabama, Kansas State at home, and Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. They are 12-1, 18.5 point per game differential. They have Washington. Alabama, number 5, 3 home wins versus Mississippi, Tennessee, LSU, and then the conference championship win versus Georgia. They are 12-1, a 16.5 point per game differential. They have Michigan. Number 6 is Georgia. They won versus Missouri and Ole Miss, and at Tennessee, 12-1, and they have a 22 point per game differential. They play Florida State, so these top 6 teams will be playing each other, just in a different order than I had. Number 7 is Ohio State. They won at Notre Dame. They beat Penn State at home. They're 11-1, 22 point per game differential. They have Missouri. As we move up. Number 8 is Oklahoma. They beat SMU. They beat Texas in the State Fair, and they beat West Virginia. They are 10-2. They have a 21 point per game differential. They have Arizona coming up. Number 9 is Missouri. Kansas State, Memphis, Tennessee are their wins, all at home. They are 10-2. They have a 12 point per game differential, and Ohio State is next. Liberty, undefeated, no quality wins. They won Conference USA. They have an 18 point game differential, and they play Oregon. Number 11 is James Madison. Their one good win is Troy. They are excluded from any postseason activity because they just joined the FBS. They are 11-1. They have a 16.5 differential. Number 12 is Oregon. They won at Utah. They beat Oregon State at home. They're 11-2, 27 point per game differential. And number 13 is SMU. They won at Memphis and beat Tulane in the championship game. So they are your American Conference champions. They have a 23 point per game differential. Number 14 is Ole Miss. They won at Tulane and they beat LSU at home. 10-2, and they have a 12.5 point per game differential. And also at 11-2 is Miami of Ohio. They won at Ohio and they beat Toledo in the MAC championship. They are 11-2, 11 point per game differential. Penn State is next at number 16. West Virginia and Iowa are quality wins at home. 10-2 for them. They have a 26 point per game differential. They play Ole Miss. The other team in the SEC that lost to the 2 best teams in their conference. Both these teams will be squaring off to see who the best third place team is in the Big Ten and Pac-12. Number 17 is Oklahoma State. 4 quality wins, but 4 losses. 9-4, and their differential is half a point. They have Texas A&M. Number 18 is Tulane. They won at Memphis, 11-2. And they have an 8 point per game differential. Number 19 is Toledo. They won at Miami of Ohio. They are 11 and 2. They have a 13-point per game differential. And Louisville's number 20. They won at Notre Dame, and they won at NC State, and they beat Notre Dame 10 and 3, 11-point per game differential. They'll be playing USC. Number 21 is Arizona. Oregon State and Utah are both quality wins at home. They are 9 and 3, 13.5 differential. They play Oklahoma. And number 22 is North Carolina State. 2 home wins, Clemson, UNC. They are 9 and 3, 6.5 point per game differential. They play Kansas State. And number 23 is Troy. No quality wins, but they are 11 and 2 with a 14-point per game differential. They will play Duke. And number 24 is LSU, breaking the top 25 here for the SEC. They have 1 road victory, that's quality, at Missouri, 9 and 3. They have an 18.5 per game differential. They will be playing Wisconsin. And last but not least is Notre Dame at number 25. They have 1 quality win on the road at NC State. 9 and 3 is what they finished with a 22.5 point differential. They play Oregon State. So there you have it. I know it doesn't really matter that the teams that are going to be in are in, but this is just a helpful tool for me when I go to pick my bowl games, which will be coming up here in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. Also, a preview of the 2 playoff games. I will have separate videos for each of those. There you have it. What do you think should have happened? What do you think of these rankings? Let me know down in the comments. And remember, everybody, to have a great day.